Joining me this Sunday is singer-songwriter Bruce Sudano, who is back with his latest single, Make the World Go Away. And also he will be talking about his tour with the Zombies.
Make the world go away. 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 Blame it on a rainy day. Make the world go away.
So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther Austin. Well, today it's a real honor to have Bruce Sudano with me. Bruce is a singer, songwriter, composer. He's many things, and I believe he's an architect. He's an architect and a messenger. As you listen to his music, and you will understand why I say that. So, welcome, Bruce.
Thank you, Esther. It's such a pleasure to be here with you today and to meet you for the first time.
Thank you, thank you. And I just want to say also, he is the husband of the late Donna as well. So I had to put that in there. So Bruce, thank you for showing up today. And we're going to talk about your latest single, which is very powerful. That's why I introduced you as an architect and a messenger, because the single is Make the World Go Away, Make the World Go Away. And also what's really important is that you're going to be on tour with the Zombies in April, which is a really nice collab. So, but before I go any further, Bruce, I like to ask my guests in a nutshell, in a peanut shell or a coconut shell, who is Bruce?
Bruce is an Italian-American person who grew up in the 60s and the 70s and has always had a dream of being a songwriter and has been blessed from an early age to be able to be a songwriter and to have a successful career as a songwriter. And I'm also a father and a grandfather of 9. I'm an everyday person just like everybody else.
Nice. And you know, your latest single is very powerful on many levels. Make the World Go Away. And for me, when I listened to that, it sort of symbolized obviously what we've been through in the past few years, but also it was really talking about man's humanity at a very deep level. You know, a lot of people are feeling lost. A lot of people are feeling frustrated, stressed. They're tired. They're tired. And it's where do you go in that tiredness? And that particular single for me, expressed all that. So can you elaborate a little bit more, you know, what brought you to that place of writing that?
Yeah, I think the thing about that song is I like to say it's the song of the moment, in that, you know, we all through these last number of years, you know, we all live with this subtle stress that's pulling on us and weighing on us. Sometimes we're aware of it, sometimes we're not, but it's coming from every direction. So this song, I like to say, is kind of a prayer, because we're you know, I'm basically saying, you know, help, take this. How can you lift me up? Let's take it off. How do we get rid of this subtle pressure? You know, and I did it in a way where, you know, I'm telling the story of these pressures, but I addressed it musically in a way that kind of has a nice little groove to it and kind of makes you feel good. And it has a chorus that will lift you up.
Yes.
And in the video, we did it in a way where there's a very eccentric gentleman doing a very exotic but life-changing kind of dance. So I kind of wanted to, you know, say that in spite of all these pressures that we feel, there's a way to get release through the music, through food dance, and we do have these tools to help us, and so often, the contrast of what happens is you go to these places of feeling stress and all that, and instead of using these tools that are good tools, frequently people go to places where they'll use things that aren't good for them to escape. So, I was just hoping to bring a sense of hope and empathy and compassion for all of us through this one little 3-minute song.
And it does that because I like the word you use, tools, because I always talk about, creating your Mary Poppins toolkit. And in that toolkit, whether it's prayer, whether it's meditation, whether it's dance, whether you walk the dog, the budgie, it's about finding something that works for you, that can help you go through those moments.
Yes.
And music is one of those mediums that speaks into every part of our lives, every emotion.
Yes.
And I believe that's what you captured, because even in other bodies of your work, like Ode to a Nightingale and others, it really speaks to the emotion of the moment. And if you are in that moment, then that song will speak into that space. I feel like I'm at church today.
Amen.
And then also your tour with the Zombies. How did that collaboration come about?
Well, the Zombies are somebody that are a group, a band that I've had the pleasure of working with a few times over these number of years. Coincidentally, we have the same management team, and we met and we just hit it off. They're great guys, so super talented. And it's just really nice to see the renaissance that they're having. They're a few years older than me, and they inspire me to know that there is no limit on your artistry. When you're an artist, there's not a time frame on it. And commit to excellence. This is what I see in them, is a commitment to excellence in everything that they do, and I naturally have that same impulse, so we stay engaged in the moment. We live our lives with open hearts and open spirits. And, I like to listen to people. I care about people, about life and things. And I use this as a tool to write my songs. And, so the Zombies have become little bits of inspiration for me to say, yes, I can continue, and I will continue, and we continue to grow. And on the other side of it, as an act or as a show for the audience, it's a very compatible experience, because they are a full-on rock and roll band. And I am a guy who shows up with my acoustic guitar and one side musician. In this current tour, I'm going to be joined by a very super talented UK musician whose name is Elliot Mason. And he will be joining me on stage, and we will be performing my songs for the audience. And so it's a very different experience than what the Zombies are. But for the audience, both of us really connect with this audience, because my songs speak directly to their crowd, and the crowd understands the things that I sing about. And I tell some good stories, and it's lighthearted and it's serious all at the same time, because this is life,
Yeah.
and we all can relate to real things of life.
Excellent, excellent. And there's something I want to ask Bruce, because you talked about you're a people's person. You like to reach out to people, to be there for people. What is it? What is your meditation? Where do you go to keep your cup topped up?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that question. I was born and raised Catholic, and so from a very early age, I was taught, and my spirit was opened up to the concept of God and the higher power. And through the course of my life, I stepped away from Catholicism because there were things that, I find that in most religions there are things that I don't fully accept in any one particular religion. But the concept of spirit and connecting to that higher power is something that has been with me, stayed with me, has empowered me, has comforted me, has led me forward. I look for the leading of the Holy Spirit, is what I say. And
Excellent.
this is how I've lived my life. And this is how it's taken me on the path that I've lived my whole life on. And so today I am in Milan, and I live in Milan part of the time, and I live in Los Angeles part of the time, and then part of the time I'm on the road. So this is kind of how my life is divided into thirds, I'd like to say. And here in Milan, I live right across the street from a big old Catholic church, coincidentally. So what I do is 3 or 4 times a week, I will walk across the street to the church, and I go at a time of day when there's nobody there and there's no service going on, and I just sit there. And I find that the familiarity that I have of being in that church from my youth, I use that as a tool to sit there and open up my spirit and just listen. I listen to what's in my heart, I listen to what's in my head, and I listen to what's, and I try to put my stuff down and just be open and see what I get. And I find that I get a lot from this. And it's I feel and hear things that I'm not consciously aware of. It gives me a moment to put down, all the practical and things of life, of what's for dinner, and I have this call to make, and what about that bass line, or what about that line, all the inside talk in your head. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I do.
Excellent, excellent. And I just would like to touch briefly on Donna, because I watched an interview that you did, and the way you described her, you described her as compassionate, loving, giving, but you said something like when she walks into a room, some people might feel intimidated because of the energy that she carried. And I so understand that. So I guess, what was it about, more further than that, what else was it about Donna that was so captivating, Bruce? What made her so unique in her own way?
She was the most amazing person that I ever knew, I've ever known. And I've met lots of amazing people. And she was just, I learned so much from her, in terms of, in things that I've said to you already about caring about other people and having empathy. And I've lived a very charmed life in a sense. I always say that the most horrible thing that has happened in my life is losing my wife, and that's certainly a big thing for sure. But she, I'm in the process, we're in the process of releasing the Donna Summer documentary, which is will be debuting at the end of May. It's called Love to Love You, Donna Summer. And it will be debuting the end of May on HBO and HBO Max throughout the world, Sky in the UK. It's co-directed by my daughter, Brooklyn Sudano, along with Academy Award-winning director Roger Ross Williams. And when you have pain and struggle and woundedness in your life, which is something that Donna had from a very early age, of things that went on in her life as a youth. It was something that she carried throughout her whole life. And it was a process of her life of dealing with these things and letting them go and putting them down. But because of these things, what I learned through losing her is that these pains, when you process them in the right way, they really give you a sense of relating to other people and having an empathy heart towards other people and what their struggle is. And so Donna was always somebody who, because she understood her presence and how she could intimidate people, she would walk into a room of people, and they would be, automatically, because her charisma was so strong, she walked into any room, you couldn't deny that the chemistry of the room just changed. But she was aware of it and immediately would start telling a joke or being funny, or and just to break that, to show her own humanity. And she would say that the first thing, if she would say to somebody, "Oh, I love those sneakers. Where did you get them?"
Nice.
But it wasn't just a casual thing, because 2 years later, if she would bump into that person again, she would say, "I remember those sneakers you have." So her connection was real and deep. And so she was just a magic personality. She was a great wife. She was a great mother. I have 3 beautiful daughters who are, hopefully day you'll get to meet them and interview them, and you'll see they're just magnificent human beings, so she was just the greatest. I can't say enough about who she was, and we all know what a great artist she was, and what a great songwriter, and what a great singer she was. But she was as great or even greater as a human being.
What a lovely tribute. What a beautiful tribute. Because when you speak, you speak from here. And I know you said that when we first connected, it's all from here. And I can feel that it resonates in everything that you talk about. And that's being authentic, because I don't say things that I don't believe in. I'm not that sort of person,
Yes.
So, and it's been a real pleasure talking to you, Bruce. And I'm looking forward to, hopefully I'll be able to come and see you perform. So you're going to be performing on the 18th at the Epic Studios in Norwich, the 19th at the Spa Pavilion in Felixstowe, and the 20th and 21st at the Eric Morecambe Centre in Rothmead. So I'm going to really try and make my way up, down, to see you. I just think it's going to be an interesting, it's going to be interesting, and it would just be nice to be in that energy. And is there anything else you want to say as we wind down, Bruce?
I would just want to say, what would I want to say? I would want to say that it's been a pleasure speaking with you and meeting you, and I look forward to seeing you in person and giving you a hug.
Now, let's do a
yeah,
virtual.
there you go. And I wish everybody a beautiful day.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to Bruce Sudano, and he's going to be touring with the Zombies next month. And also check out his latest single, Make the World Go Away, because hopefully wherever you're at in that space, this song is going to touch your life in some way. Thank
Oh,
you very
I do have one other thing I want to tell you.
much.
The next single that I have coming out is a duet, and it's a duet with a woman whose name is Valerie Simpson. And Valerie Simpson was one half of the infamous songwriting team of Ashford and Simpson. She's Songwriter Hall of Fame. And we do a duet on this next single of mine. It's both of us, Bruce Sudano, Valerie Simpson. It's called Two Bleeding Hearts. And so be on the lookout for that one.
Will do, will do. Well, thank you very much, Bruce. Wishing you all the best and hope to see you soon.
Yes, look forward to it.
Frames worn by Esther Austin on the show today are sponsored by Run It First.